Welcome back, guys. We're gonna do plows today. We're gonna put a plow on this Prairie 400, and as you saw from the thumbnail, I got everything I need. So just give you a quick catch up on what I've been doing today so far before I start videoing. That's my Grizzly out there, and this is the plow for it. And as you can see, I got the welder out. The welds in here cracked from last winter, so I ground them down, threw some new weld in there. We should be good for another winter. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to throw this plow on my ATV, put it off to the side, and then we're going to get started on this. So this is the blade that I got for it. It's secondhand, but very little use. It's in really good shape, and it's made by Warren, which is a really good company. They make a lot of plow stuff, a lot of winches, so it should be a good product. I think first thing we got to do now is let's walk in here. I think we should mount the plate on the bottom first, and I already have it on the lift, so let's get to it. All right, guys, as you can see, the I had to drill a couple of holes. I had to drill a hole right there, and I had to drill a hole right there because the plate doesn't quite fit this. They didn't sell a plate for this machine. For the 400, they sold one for the 350 or the 300. I forget which one it was. A little bit different. It is the right shape, but where you mount it, it's not. So I drilled those holes. Obviously, the plate fits this shape perfectly. So this side of these hooks are out in space. So I need to add some metal to that plate in order to get it to bolt down, which shouldn't be a problem. So these will catch the holes that are on the plate on the outside of it. I just need to add more material. I just need to elongate the holes a little bit, and let's go over to the bench and I'll show you guys how I'm going to do that. Tell you what, guys, without a lift this would be impossible. Alright, so here's the plate, and you can see this one's in, but I need to put some kind of steel in here so I can catch that one. I need to catch this one here is in, and this one here is in. And again, I need a piece of steel to catch those. If any of you guys that are wondering, 4 U-bolts enough? I only have 4 U-bolts on my other one. I've been plowing for years. I've hit curbs and everything, and nothing under here has moved at all. So 4 U-bolts are perfectly fine to hold this. So I need a piece of strap to go across here to catch these, and I think that might just do it. It might be a little bit too small, or it might be just right. So I think this piece there is going to work for that, and then I need a couple of straps for the bottom here, and I think that this might do it for each side. And I'll weld those on there, and then we'll catch those bolts. I think I also have this piece here, which I don't think is going to work. It might be too small. That one's not wide enough. This one is. Alright, so we'll use this one. Alright, so we got to take this down, clean it up, and do some welding, I guess. Alright, so this is my plan. So, as you guys can see, So this is my plan. Here's the plate. It's not long enough here, and it's not long enough here. So I got these 2 pieces here, and I am going to weld them on the ends like this. I'll radius them, make them look better after I get them welded on, and then I'll be able to put 2 holes out here to strap that down. Now the front is where all the force is, where all the torque is. So I want to make sure this is pretty strong. So I'm going to put this big thick piece on here. I'm going to weld it all the way across, and it's going to go somewhere around here, and I'm going to drill those holes out, and then I'll have room for 2 more holes out here. Something like this. There'll be holes out here, and I think that'll do us. So I'm going to take my marker, just going to make a line here just so I know where I got to clean off the, and I'm going to clean off the paint from here to here on both sides. so that I get a clean weld, and I'm gonna go do that now. All right, I have everything all cleaned up. I'm leaving a slight gap between these because I want good penetration. This I'm gonna tack on, I'm gonna tack those on. I just wanna tack everything on, and then I wanna drill the holes, and then I wanna fit it before I permanently weld it all together. Alright guys, back underneath here, I have everything tacked in. This clamp is in, this U-clamp I should say. This one's in, and this one's in. I had to cut the weld to my zip reel because it was just a tiny bit off. The holes were a tiny bit off. So I put the U-bolts in to where I could get to where they fit in nice, and then I just put a couple clamps on here to pull the plate in, and I'm just going to bead this whole thing up, and it should be good to go. So I am going to take this off now because it looks like it's in a pretty good spot. I like it. I'm probably going to chamfer these edges once I get it welded together because I don't want them sharp. And I'll probably do the same on this edge here, that one, and that one. But I'll wait till I get it fully welded. So yeah, let's take this off and then burn it in. All right, guys, here it is. It's a little bit on the warm side. Let me grab a glove. I radiused all the edges outside. Cut off wheel of my disc sander. I might have missed that edge. I get really good penetration on the welds. Sides, as you can see, this isn't going anywhere. Now I can mount it. This needs paint, but I'm going to mount it anyways first just to see how it fits. And I spent probably 3 hours on this, maybe 4 hours, between finding the metal, cutting it, lining it all up, drilling new holes. It was a lot of work. I wish I could have found one that fit this machine, but I couldn't. This is the closest one I could find. This was for a Kawasaki, I think 350. Pretty close, but not quite close enough. Anyways, I still have a lot of fabrication to do on the front for where the winch is going to go. So let me mount this up, see how it looks. Alright, the plate's up now. I just have the U-bolts loose right now because I have to take it off and paint it so it doesn't flash rust and all that. But it's up, it fits. It looks good. Everything's around the frame where it needs to be, and we should be in good shape. Now, what I want to do is, we got fabricating to do up here. So we got to figure out how we're going to deal with that. This is the winch, brand new, and this is the winch plate. Now we got to figure out where we're going to put this winch. And I would like to get it inside the grill. And I think that's what we're going to end up doing. I think I'm going to cut this grill out and then probably weld this on the side there somehow. Get this up in here. I'm going to cut the screen right there. I'm going to take this off, then I'm going to bring it outside and cut it. Okay, I think this looks pretty good. I like it. I think that we can weld it right to the bottom of this and then bolt it in, and we should be good to go. Alright guys, while the push bar's cooling off, we got a light bulb that wasn't working. It's burnt out. Alright guys, I changed the bulbs. This is low. It seems like they're opposite. For some reason that's high, now that's low. And that's high, now that's low. Doesn't really matter. These are way better in the dark, especially when you're plowing. These are fantastic. These are dull. I'm gonna switch them both out. And now I need to paint the areas that I took the paint off, or ground the paint off, whatever. You guys understand. I don't need to paint the whole thing. Now this guy here was not black. it was more of a gray, but it's gonna be a black now. Because I don't have this gray paint, and matching it will be impossible. So we're gonna paint the whole thing black. All right, everything's all painted up. Should be good to go. Once this stuff dries, we'll assemble. All right, the plate's in. You guys can see it's all bolted up. It's all ready to go. It's still a little tacky, but it's all right. It's up, it's done. Let's move on to the crash bar and the winch. All right, so the winch is in. It's all wired up. I guess I don't have to tell you how it's wired because all winches are wired differently, so it won't really matter. Just follow the directions on any winch that you go to, that you buy, and it will tell you how to wire. So this is all set. Bear leaves in. The switch is on up top here. Now this particular winch requires that that you have a 12-volt supply, which is this wire right here, from the key, so that these power leads here are dead when the key is off. So what I have to do is solder it in. So I've skinned this back and I'm warming up the soldering iron right now, which is right here, and I'm going to solder that on, and then I'm going to take the other end of it, which is right here, and I'm going to solder it onto that so it doesn't corrode. I mean, there's some butt connectors here, but I'm not going to solder those off. They should be fine. Not worried about it. I'm just going to solder what I do. And the control box is right here. I just grabbed one of my really big zip ties, drilled a hole in the plastic there and there, zip tied it down. It's not going anywhere. It's pretty solid. And the plastic will cover over that. You won't even see it. It won't be interfered with. And that's pretty much it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to solder these up. I also got shrink tube on here too. So I'll solder them up, and then I will come back and show you the end result. Yeah, you can see the wire is soldered. I'm going to slide the shrink tube over, shrink it, and then I'm going to zip tie everything up nice. All right, the electrical's all done. I got it tied up here. I put a zip tie right there to hold these from wiggling around. That's zip tied down. I have wires zip tied here. This is still loose because it needs to go in the fender. You see my power lines, ground, positive, run down here onto the tank. They run along the back side of this rail right here. I have a zip tied here and here. Then they snake down. They come down over the airbox tube, down along the side of the airbox, through the factory hole, and then up to the positive side of the battery and negative side of the battery. So right now we're all set. Now let's see if the winch works. Turn the key on, which gives power to the winch. Works awesome. Works great. And I put it back together. Alright, it's all back together. I got some new lock pins for the bottom part of the plow. I'm going to go outside, put the plow on, and show you guys the finished product. Yeah, it's all done. Came out really nice. This is a really cool machine. Really nice. We also have remote control. which is pretty cool. You can see the halogen lights are on. Well, it's a nice machine. It's all done now. It's a pretty good project. Got 3 videos out of it. It's pretty nice. Hopefully my buddy will buy it. If he doesn't, I think I already got 2 other people that want it. So it's gonna go quick. You won't see it in the garage in the next video. But I want to thank you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. I hope you learned something from this video. I know I did. And that's what YouTube's all about, right? Anyway, it came out really nice. One last look. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.